5 scary Randonautica videos gone wrong. After dark. Rose is a young mother who usually uploads irregular TikTok videos along with newborn baby content. She went out randonauting in the evening with who I can only assume is her partner. If you're aware of the app, you'll know too well that it is advised not to use Randonautica in the dark, simply because weird and just damn scary things tend to happen, and this following TikTok video of Rose was no different.
Bro, I'm scared. Get out now!
The couple had just arrived at the spot the app gave them, only to find that there was a man holding a knife yelling at the top of his lungs. Freaked out by this, Rose asks Michael to start driving. He eventually listens and they drive away.
Please go!
Are you actually crying?
Go! He's scaring me!
Oh man, put your head down! Put your head down!
Michael, I'm so scared!
He had a gun, he had a gun, he had a gun.
What the f? What the f?
That dude had a gun.
Their relatively calm driving quickly turns chaotic as Michael sees another man in the rearview mirror and states that this man is holding a gun. The couple speed up and get out of the immediate area. Many of their viewers wanted to make sure that they were both okay after this happened and asked if they called the police. This was their response.
Is that another guy?
Yeah, there were two guys. One like probably 50 yards behind the one dude. And we thought it was a gun, so we sped off and ducked our heads. So
regardless of whether or not one or both of the men had a gun, at least one of them had a knife and was yelling the word paradise for some odd reason. Just another example of why you probably shouldn't go out randonauting in the dark, or even just exploring places you don't know once the sun goes down. Ritual. If you ever do go out randonauting, people suggest going during the day. At least this way you'll be able to see what's happening around you. Fortunately, Lissy Comer, a musician, took this advice and not only went out while it was still light, but took along a friend with her. Which is just as well, because after arriving at their coordinates, they were surprised to hear a strange chanting-like ritual coming from inside a building. The creepy part is that Lissy states that they were in the middle of nowhere among a group of totally abandoned buildings.
What is this? I feel like they're doing a ritual. This is real. This is not a game. This is when we get murdered.
By the look on the two girls' faces, this is more or less the breaking point for them and their Randonautica adventures. Lissy wrote that her and her friend never saw anyone entering or leaving the building at any time while they were out there. And by the look of her TikTok page, it doesn't look as if Lissy or her friend have ever gone randonauting since. I said it before, but just because you decide to go out during the day doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to come across anything weird in the wild. From what I can gather, a Mexican man by the name of Chris Flores went out randonauting a couple of months back in July. The coordinates Randonautica gave him took him to a spot on what looks to be the outskirts of a small town. Once he arrived, he quickly acknowledged that the area was being used as a living quarters, if you will, for homeless people. Not even a minute after he started walking around the homeless base, he saw something really unfortunate.
No es lo que yo esperaba. Ok, llegamos a un campamento base de indigentes, al parecer. Hay un desmadre, pero nada más. A ver, no mames, a la mierda, hay una persona.
Chris unfortunately came across the body of what appeared to be a homeless person lying in the grass. Obviously, I'm not going to show any of this out of respect, but you can probably imagine the shock on Chris's face when discovering this poor soul. And as you probably already know, this is not the first time Randonautica has brought people to scenes like this. I mean, it was a body found in a black suitcase in Seattle that initially brought people's attention to the app. Why or even how this app continues to take its users on wild and outrageous adventures is beyond me. Voices in the dark. Urban Ghosts, Urban Exploration, or Joe and Rob are a YouTube team who urban explore abandoned places and are big paranormal enthusiasts. In the past few months, they've dabbled in the odd Randonautica video, exploring places they wouldn't otherwise go. In this particular video of theirs, Joe goes out randonauting on his own and states in front of the camera that he did ask for the app to bring him to a creepy, haunted place. And, well, that's kinda what he got.
It just seems like really ominous here. I can't really put my finger on. What was that? Well, that's a bird now, but oh my gosh, you guys had to have heard that. Before that bird, there was something like...
Almost as soon as he starts talking to the camera, explaining just how spooky this abandoned building is that the app brought him to, a big creepy looking gate behind him sounds as if it's just moved on its own. However, Joe soon picks up the camera and tripod and walks over there, but sees nothing.
There's an abandoned building right here, and there's this gate. Oh, wow. What was that? There's nothing back here.
After a couple of laughs about just what happened, Joe moves on and starts a prayer before going on to explore the building. Still confused as to why the app brought him to this specific building, he gets out his phone and uses another app called Necrophonic, which is typically used for spirit communication. What he hears surprises him.
I still don't know what this is saying. I thought I heard devil. The fence! What about the fence? What about the fence? Run.
Midway through his session, Joe hears what sounds like someone creeping behind him along with faint voices coming from the bushes. He explores the area but sees nothing. This ultimately is enough for him and Joe decides to move on to the next Randonaut location. They have stated in the description of the original video that this may be the last traveling alone video. Which makes sense because you truly never know who or what may be out there. If you would like to see more of their Randonautica videos, slide on over to their channel. Urban Ghosts, Urban Exploration has some of the most entertaining, genuine paranormal content out there. The Abandoned. Jasko, or Yasinko as he is known on YouTube, lives in America and usually creates and uploads videos on the dark web, scary and the paranormal. However, for the last 2 or 3 months he's been out and about making the most of the Randonautica app. In this video of Jasko's, he and a friend go out randonauting during the day to multiple spots. However, the part we are interested in today comes 17 minutes into the video. The app takes them to a massive old mall that has been abandoned for some 20 plus years. And despite the light fading and the day coming to an end, Jasko and his friend jump out of the car and go explore.
I just see like a leg sticking out.
It's a person.
Yo,
What should we do?
call the cops.
Probably. The two men eventually come across what looks like a body laying there on a concrete platform around the back of the abandoned mall. Initially, they think to call the police, but decide to walk up closer to the man and check if he's okay instead.
Hello? Sir? Man? Hello? Hello? It doesn't look like he's breathing. It doesn't look like he's breathing.
After giving the man a quick nudge to check if he's still alive, the man sits up, starts coughing, and gives Jasko and his friend a weird look. The two young men at that point gap it and run back to the car.
What? Oh no. Bro!
As they jump into the car, the man can be seen walking towards them, but fortunately for them, they get away safely. Jasko's commenters have suggested that they may have been hurt, or even worse, killed by the man, as he mentioned he looked high on drugs. But who really knows?